obviously I'm going for monkey fish.
Do I have a choice?
No. I stole it.
Okay. Oh, pendulous breast herself.
I had to chase you through a cave. I know you do outside.
And we're going to talk about how wrong you are after.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Monsters Lounge. I'm Jeni.
And I'm Tressa. Jeni, it was so nice of you to join us from, where are you? Is that under the sea? Are you in a cloud right now? Where is that?
I'm under the sea.
Cataraxionia?
Yes, I actually left the country, a couple weeks ago, and I'm still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything that you've seen that might look like me that's been wandering around the lounge, that's not me. I'm still underwater.
Oh, doppelganger situation.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, part of that story is true. I did leave the country, but I did come back. But I came back with a broken computer, so I'm on my old one. But yeah, various daytime soap camera sort of.
Oh yes, Joan Collins, do it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Tressa, I feel like this has been a long time since we've been on a. Excuse me, those are the birds that I brought back as well.
Every time.
I forgot about the
I'm
clock.
gonna take it outside and play frisbee with it.
Don't you touch my bird song clock. I love it. Listen, it feels like it's been a long time since we've been doing this live and in person on a Tuesday, but it's only been like 2 weeks.
It has been a while, if that's what you're trying to say. Yes,
it has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we've all been very busy with the post-holiday things that we do because the holidays are expensive, so we do it afterwards. And you know what I did, Jeni?
What did you do?
I went on an AEW cruise with Dave and Winnie Schrader, and I got to do
news to me.
I know, I never told you about this. And we did a P60 news kind of thing in front of an audience, and it was so fun. I'm so sorry. It was such a big deal, and I didn't tell you any of this till just now. That's so weird.
You totally should have let me know all of this. Like, I thought you were just at home.
No, I left all the pets unattended for weeks. That's fine, right?
Is that why I came back to sort of a Lord of the Flies scenario going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I left a couple knives out. I figured they could figure it out.
You know, they killed the mailman.
Yeah, but listen, all's fair in love and war.
Okay, what? All right. Okay. I mean, I got some questions to answer, but it's totally fine.
I didn't do anything. It's fine.
Listen, I don't know if you know this, but I was around a lot of sharks.
Sharks? You love sharks.
I do love sharks. And I was around a lot of them, and it was fantastic. And I sat on the ocean floor, and I scratched a nurse shark on the head for like a solid minute.
Like a puppy?
Like a puppy. While he rested against my leg. Mm-hmm. Just nuzzled in, and I scratched on top of his head.
Where's the video? Let's show it now. Where's the video?
Well, see, here's the thing. Not only did I break my computer, but I also somewhat imploded my underwater camera.
Oh.
And this filled with water.
So basically what you're saying is you're a liar and none of this happened. You've just been down the street for the past couple weeks.
I've actually just been in the crawl space.
Oh, that explains that sound. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You thought it was animals. It doesn't. Anyway, I saw a lot of sharks and it was awesome. And we're going to talk more about that in a couple of days here.
I know. I'm excited because we got a bonus episode coming at you this week because we missed last week because of so many technical issues.
And the fact that I was on a boat.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. So I was very happy.
We have no proof of that, but yeah.
That's true. There are some shark pictures before I broke the camera, and you can check them out on my Facebook or my Instagram page
Oh,
because sharks.
sure.
Listen, we got a really cool guest. A little bit different for us, but super cool and very nice. Would you like to hear all about her?
I would. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Paige Lavoie is a Halloween loving cinnamon roll. Yeah, that's in the bio.
Yeah.
Who writes stories about misfits, monsters, and falling in love. Her affection for cozy autumn moments, charming protagonists, and all things cute and creepy reflects in the worlds that she creates. When Paige isn't writing, she can be found haunting for treasures at local antique malls and sipping oatmeal.
Haunting.
Haunting. And
Hunting.
sipping oat. Okay. And sipping oat milk lattes under a lacy parasol as she hides from the sun in her home
Parasol.
state of Florida, which I'm very excited about. In my brain, she lives by the ocean and she drinks tea with sharks. Pretty sure
Obviously.
that's true.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm sure
All right.
that's. Mhm.
Help me welcome Paige,
Okay,
please.
hold on.
Hello. Should I bring up my pet shark
Hello.
now?
No,
Yes,
hold
please.
on. We
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
thank you for being on the
Thank
show with us, having a little
Absolutely.
chat.
I feel
Mhm.
like with the velvet curtains, I fit right in. I didn't even plan
You
this.
do.
You do.
I'm so glad you could join us in this specific room that we are all in right this minute.
Yes, we are all
Mhm.
here
Hmm.
together. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. I
Hmm.
just have a film over my.
Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever we did our soundtrack, yeah, when we recorded our album earlier, when we did
Hmm.
Right,
Hmm.
for sure.
our sound check before, I absolutely thought, Jeni, that this was intentional, that you just were like had like a specter kind of effect for fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
really
Hmm.
80, and this is the only thing that brings me a little bit closer to
To
anyone's
joy.
It looks
Oh,
like
joy.
the ghost effects from Hocus Pocus when Zachary becomes a
Oh.
human at the end, and he's all like, Emily, and he is a ghost. And everyone's like,
no,
wow, what a
I
cute
don't.
ghost. Yeah. What? Tressa, have you seen Hocus Pocus?
Jenny, have you? I have not.
I have.
I've maybe like when. No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, we are almost the same age, and I'm a little sad that you haven't seen it.
You're younger than me. I'm a full like 30 years older than you, so it's
Mm-mm. According to my filter, yes, you are. Oh, this is off to an amazingly insulting start. Uh, listen, Paige, what brought your interest into the world of the paranormal?
I think it's something I've always been interested in. I was very fortunate to have the stereotypical like grunkle stan of if you're familiar with Gravity Falls. No, okay, we're just
no.
gonna roll past it. We're gonna
Yep.
also say the old man from the Muppets.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that was the archetype of my grandpa, and he loved monsters and UFOs and all things spooky.
Lucky.
And yeah, it was great. And so definitely thought vampires were in the blood bank. That was one that he was very adamant about. There were a couple
Wait, wait,
other
wait, wait,
things.
wait, wait, wait. Like
Yeah.
they
Hold,
live
please.
there, like they worked there, like they just go visit for dinner. Like what do you
No,
mean
that's
vampires are in the blood?
it's a scam is the thing. And you need to know.
Oh.
Yeah. That one he was definitely kidding about,
Oh.
but like just like he had that serious cadence.
Right.
But
Don't ruin the
yeah,
illusion. Come on.
yeah, no,
Okay.
it's real and it's serious and we
Thank
all
you.
need to be
Thank you.
thinking about it more. But so from like early age was really interested in all sorts of things, and I also kind of blame the Disney Channel original movies because everything was like cute, fun, spooky. It was my mom's dating a vampire, and Susie Q, which was so sad, where it was she was a ghost and she just wanted to go to prom, and that sticks with you forever. Yeah, so there was just a lot of media that I think I consumed that was very Halloweeny, and it sticks with you. Yeah.
Did you watch that one where the house was sentient? That was a good one.
Yeah. I
The
feel like,
house is
gosh,
sentient.
what's that even called? It was Smart House. Smart House.
Is that
Yeah.
what it was called?
I
With
think maybe I'm
what's her
wrong.
name from Married with Children?
Hmm.
And yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk more about Disney
So I'm
movies
just
that I've
staring
never
with
seen.
confusion.
Yeah, do you want me to, I'm just gonna name off a bunch of properties that you've never seen before, and it's all gonna be a weird
That's not
reference.
going to be hard. So go ahead. Let's get started. Bring out the list. Anyway, sorry I derailed that conversation.
I think I started derailing
That
it.
was
We
the
can
whole
just
thing. That's all
derail
right.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
all
that's
right
what we
because
do.
the person.
What is
Yeah,
focus?
no. Oh, what is happening right now? Oh, I
You
can barely
okay?
hear like half of the conversation. So
Oh
Oh,
no.
that's great. That's good
this
for
is gonna go
a
well.
show.
You're in and out of the
Mm.
astral plane. Well,
That's what it is.
yeah.
It
And you
is.
have cataracts and are giving it to everybody else.
Exactly. That's exactly what's
Yeah.
happening now.
I keep having like weird flashes of light. Looks like
Yeah.
a lightning storm over here.
Yeah.
You're a ghost.
It's because, listen, technology is dumb. Anyway.
Technology is dumb. In 2 seconds, I'm about to jump up there with you, Tressa. So
Okay. I got nowhere for you to sit,
Yeah.
but it'll just be like you're a waist
we'll
right
figure
here.
it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, so did you? We were emailing back and forth. So you mentioned that the house that you grew up in might have been a little bit haunted.
Just a little bit. Just like the
All right.
normal amount. It was all the just kind of like, can we explain this some sort of way kind of stuff where and also irritating where all of the lights in upstairs would be turned on, and my mom would be like, stop leaving lights on, like, electric bills and such. And everyone had turned the lights off, or all the doors were open, all the doors were closed, and we like would try to figure out, like, is this like are the air conditioners doing this? Is like a power breaker thing? No, there was no reason for this. And the thing that was the weirdest were just orbs in all of the photos, which I still don't know a ton about. But there were some specific times that in one room it would just be like filled, like it looked like a camera effect and stuff. Like my sister and I, when we had our 16th birthday party, it was a bunch of people gathered around and all of the orbs kind of like mixed in. So they're all really cool pictures. I need to dig them up. They're probably on a hard drive somewhere at my parents' house, but
I would love to dissect that. Let's do that right now.
Yeah, honestly, I wish I had, we would try to do little investigations in the basement too. So I grew up in Michigan and we had like creepy basement, just sit in the dark with like a thing and ask questions, and we never got anything, but we tried.
Were you okay when you were trying to get your kids? So it's not like
we weren't doing
premier
anything.
investigators, but were you like trying to record it in any way, or were you just like, hey, you guys,
hey,
touch my face if you're out there?
It was we had like a recording thing,
nice.
but nothing wild. No like little nothing like you can get like on your phone with apps and stuff now. Yeah, right. It's probably a Walkman with a record option. Like,
Walkman,
maybe
so you can record your jogs. Yeah, I remember the 80s.
Yeah, yeah. But the creepiest thing was I had a CD player that plugged in my bedroom, and there was one time when it turned on for no reason in the middle of an album. So it wasn't even the first song. It was a Tiger Army song, and it just was like blaring full blast. And it was the lyrics were when you feel a chill in the night, perhaps it's me saying hello.
Oh, that's good.
That was a pretty good one. Yeah.
Listen, if you're gonna ghost, that's the lyric you're gonna go to. Come on.
Yeah, that's also
smart.
You're gonna go to. I mean, that's jarring. Just randomly turning on.
Yeah.
Middle of the night. Great. Yeah. Yeah. So that was I think the best one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So normal amount of haunted.
Right. The regular plain old just a sprinkling of haunting, but way more than my house was.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you get interested in writing?
Oh, that's another cliche, like forever kind of answer where I knew I wanted to make stories in some capacity. So from like a young age, I was like drawing and making my own picture books. For a while, I did web comics because I thought that that was like a really interesting media. I hate drawing hands. Just the worst thing ever.
You and AI. No, thank you.
Right? That's the thing that just kills me with the AI discussion because I know a hand-drawn hand that's bad still looks like a bad hand-drawn hand, but they'll be like, if the hands look wonky, it's AI. I'm like, no, maybe I just did it. Maybe it was just me. But
yes, I also put 10 fingers on a hand, but they look
I always
like
forget
human
one.
hands.
Yeah. They're like too small. I don't know. Hands are hard. At a certain point though, I had always kind of goofed with like writing stories and like filling up notebooks, read a lot of Legolas fanfic as a teenager. And yeah, as you do.
Sure.
And eventually it was like a novel writing challenge where I wrote 50,000 words in a month, and I went, oh, okay, I love doing this. Like this is really fun. And I think completing something made me go, and now I need to do this again and again and again. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Listen, let me ask you.
This was a while ago, so
Okay. I don't
know that I can do that speed anymore.
Did you have any like formal writing instruction, or were you just like, I have read a book before, I think I can do this?
That's
and you
the
just
one.
Did it? Nice.
Yeah,
I like you.
Yeah, I like you too. I like the vibe here. But yeah, I think, I don't know, just have the audacity to be like, I'm gonna do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I really, really like that because I feel like there's so many rules in everything everywhere that if you just go a little bit off, people are like, well, we can tell who's got a formal education and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter either way. If it's enjoyable, shut up and enjoy it.
Should I not be critiquing your work?
I mean, I'm trying not to say that explicitly, but
no, I get the vibe. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. All right.
Okay.
All right. Relax. Now, are you drinking from Chip?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that and I just needed to clarify. Completely and totally off topic, but I was like, I recognize that cup.
Yeah. Well, the Mothman books are a little bit of like a nod to Beauty and the Beast too. So I was like, let me grab my little Chip and it's like a good size for tea too. It's not like gonna get, I mean, it will get cold if it gets forgotten, but it doesn't feel like it's too much. And yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm really picky about mugs.
I get it.
Me too.
A good mug is very difficult to come by, and it has to be unique, and it has to be big enough to hold things, but not big enough that you want to eat cereal out of it. That's for a different mug that is much wider at the top.
Yep. It's different.
Listen. No, you listen. This is the perfect shape for a mug, and I will not hear otherwise. And if you try and give me other shapes, I will be upset.
Well, then don't
I really
use my
love
mugs anymore.
The weird novelty ones, and they are so impractical. You know, when they're like a weird shape, and you try to drink out of them, and it's just wrong, but they're so pretty. It's like shaped like a giant bow, and you're like, yeah, great, this is great.
Yeah,
that is for a shelf, not for use. Get out of here. Give me a mug. Speaking of which,
for those of you naysayers, I want you to know how much I appreciate how many of you grabbed a hold of my small package after last week's show. It is out and available. You can get both of my books, The Other Side, A Guide to the Paranormal and Ghost Hunting, and my brand new book, Theater of the Mind, Tales from the Darkness. Both books are out. One, of course, kind of a how-to ghost hunt book, and the other story book of strange supernatural occurrences all around the world. You can get your hand on my small package by just ordering it right off of my website. You can go right to paranormal60.com, scroll down on the front page there, or go to the shop and scroll down and you'll see our book bundle. And I was so humbled by the fact of how many men put their hands on my small package at the end of last week's show and bought it. It was great. It made me feel loved and wanted. I'm not going to lie.
I probably should have done a teaser so it wouldn't appear as though we were just going to talk about mugs for the rest of the show. But you guys,
What?
buckle up because here we go.
All right. So in these stories, like you said, you have a Mothman book, and it's a
do,
fictional
yeah.
book, right?
What?
And
I don't, Jeni, she
I
doesn't
know.
know about Mothman.
No, this is my autobiography. Yeah.
Lucky.
That's a whole different thing, and we need to get the tabloids as stats. It's like, what was the tabloid that always had like the Bat Boy?
The
Was
Weekly
that
World
Weekly
News.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down. I couldn't remember if it was that.
I
Or
can't
like
believe you could remember, and I'm
something.
upset about it. It's fine.
So weird. Did you know that they had a crossword puzzle in that thing that was tremendous?
Oh,
I'm not kidding. Like, that crossword puzzle was great.
I love that.
I need that crossword puzzle now. I bet I will kill
one.
it.
It was a
I've
good
never
one.
been able to really do one except for out of the TV guide, but I would kill that one.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So listen,
All right,
I got a question. Okay, no, Jeni, go ahead. You ask your
No,
question.
go ahead. No,
Ready.
go ahead, Tressa.
It's very important that I know if these are straight romance novels, or are we getting into some erotica here?
Oh, there's what I think the term a lot of people are using is there's spice.
Oh.
So it's not enough spice where it's erotica, but
Okay.
there's it's an open door romance, I think is the technical term.
I don't know
where
what that means.
That means that so there are romances that are closed door, and that means they're like fade to black, where it's implied that the couple has sex, but you don't see
Got it.
anything on the page.
Okay.
And open door is you're getting some choreography.
That's a beautiful way to put that.
It really is. That's a very, very pleasant way to. Anyway, so Mothman became sort of this central figure. Why Mothman?
Why not Mothman? First of all, he's really hot.
Thank you.
Yeah. I also feel like he lends himself really well to a Beauty and the Beast sort of story.
Mhm.
And as a romantic lead, because I didn't even know this was going to be the first book, at least, have Beauty and the Beast energy until I was editing it. And I went, oh, that's what this is. Cool. I just thought that if there was a creature who was out in the woods for such a long amount of time, like hiding from people, hiding from cameras, hiding from all of this stuff, and also who's witnessed like a lot of tragedy, and they would have to be just so lonely. There would have to be like just a deep loneliness within that person. And with my main character, she's a social media influencer. She's burnt out and she ditches her life online and moves to the woods. And she has this really strong need to like be seen for more than her internet persona. And he has this deep down really wants to be seen for like who he truly is too. So I really wanted these two people who felt extremely different to be able to like find each other and themselves in the woods. Yeah.
And they fell in love.
And they fell in love. He lands on her roof during a storm, and she's got to pull him back inside her house and fix his broken wing.
Oh, good Lord. All right. So did you do a lot of digging into Mothman before you started writing?
I did a decent amount. And Tressa, it sounds like you're like a big Mothman fan.
Yeah,
The one thing that I kind of wish I would have put in that I saw a lot around the internet and I didn't is that he can be really clumsy, like when he's walking on his feet and not like gliding through the air. And I thought that was so funny, and it just didn't work with like the vibe.
I've actually never heard that, and I love it very
so maybe
much.
It's not popular lore. Okay, but I'm like, oh, should I have had him like banging his head on more stuff? Like he's tall. It's a small cabin. Just like
tripping all over the place. Oh, rugs.
Rugs.
All right, and we just sort of glossed over the fact that Tressa just said, yeah, I saw him. So
I didn't say that. I said I stan him, but I did.
Oh, you did.
But I did see him.
Yeah.
I did.
Tell me more about that.
Listen, you're in Florida, correct?
I am in Florida.
That right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there is a few different a few different Mothman iterations.
Mhm.
There's one specifically, or there are some in Chicago, and
Yeah.
and that's where we are. And they mostly are seen in BioHair. I used to work BioHair, and I was driving to work one day, early morning. It wasn't dark out; it was bright as hell out, and I thought that I saw like what are those things called? A glider. It looks like
Glider.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, it looked like a giant bat, and I was like, "That's weird. No one else seems to notice this, and it's heavy traffic for everyone getting to work because everyone's driving and not looking into the sky." But I had a red light, so what else am I going to do? So I was like, I have to remember that because my brain is terrible, but I have to like keep that in my brain. And I get to work. I'd never heard of Mothman before that, at least not the Chicago Mothman. I'd heard of the other one, but not the Chicago one. I didn't know that it was even a thing. And as soon as I got to work, my friend who I worked with immediately sent me, I did not talk to her at all. She immediately sent me an article listing me the timelines of all the sightings of Chicago Mothman and describing it and everything else. I was like, holy mother of the Lord above. I don't know how I'm getting this right now. And I just saw it and I told nobody about it. So that was cool.
That's really cool. That's a really great story. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't hear that often, so thank you.
Oh, well, it was great. I was captivated.
Thank you.
It's a great story. What is the Chicago Mothman like anything like the dudes hanging out in Florida? Is that what we're saying? Is that what's going on? What's going on?
There's a lot of dudes hanging out in Florida.
Yeah, random dudes or
oh my god,
what dudes are we talking?
Listen, I just watched 6 episodes of It's Florida Man.
Oh,
on HBO Max. It's phenomenal. Oh yeah.
I don't need to watch that. I just need to walk around outside for a while and look around.
Yeah, you really do. You really do.
Where are you in Florida? What's your address?
Let me get. Hang on. Address, maybe social security. Do you want my credit card?
Yeah. What's your mother's maiden name? Okay. Thanks.
That one's so hard, because like that feels mother's maiden name when phrased correctly feels like casual conversation. But I'm in Orlando. I'm in like Central Florida. Yeah, so no ocean, no
Jeni
no
is leaving now. She is very upset.
Bye. We have I've seen gators on the like sidewalk before, not at my house, closer to my parents who live closer to like Disney and stuff.
Wait, their address
what on
the sidewalk?
And I'm
gators.
and I'm interested in this again.
So in the third Mothman book, you meet a swamp monster, and I'm obsessed with him. He's getting his own love story. He has a pet gator named Clarice, and
shut your mouth.
I love her. I want to go to Gatorland really bad.
Oh, is that like?
It's a thing. They're so funny too. You can go buy like a pack of hot dogs for a couple dollars and just. Yeah.
A pack of hot dogs?
Oh my god. It's the saddest place in the world.
It sounds like
gators.
There's all these gators.
They do. They're very well fed. They're very lazy. They're very content in their world, right? Like they're not crammed in their gator or anything. But it is a bunch of people just sort of winging bits of hot dog like at Gators. And they're so well fed that they don't, they'll eat them like later on, but it's just bits of hot dogs. Like
bouncing off their heads.
Bouncing off their heads.
It doesn't seem like the healthiest snack to be thrown at animals anywhere ever.
Very, very high in sodium. That's true. The last time I fed gators, they had gator biscuits.
Sure.
But you couldn't it wasn't like I was like hand feeding a gator. You had to toss it over a fence, and I'm not very good at throwing, so. I got it eventually. Yeah.
Go to Gator World, and you don't have to have any kind of aim because there's just a ton.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
Throw pieces of hot dogs, and they have the thing where they do the chicken and they dangle it over. Like the big alligator, and the big alligator comes up and goes like, yeah.
But
and eats the chicken?
A dead
And
chicken,
the
right?
chicken's not alive. It's not like
Okay, see, I was picturing an alive chicken, which, I mean, it's
It's
still
a
a
whole
chicken,
different-
but still.
No, I know.
That
they
would've
just
made me
wang a
sad.
chicken in there.
They like, check it out. It's
That's
alive.
Florida
How
for ya.
scary.
It's a
Oh,
public
good
sub.
Lord. Anywho, you know what they do have in Orlando though is one of the Ripley's, believe it or not.
They do. I went there when I was a
Mhm.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
believe
did
they
go
have
to
a
that.
representation of the Fiji mermaid there as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Is Mike there or the headless chicken? I'm going back to chickens. You know
Going
what I'm
back to
talking about?
chicken.
Mike the headless chicken?
I don't
You guys not
about
know him?
Mike. No, but you didn't watch Hocus Pocus, so this is we're even.
Okay, so Mike, right? This is chicken hanging out, and his owner is like, "We need dinner. Sorry, buddy." And he cuts off the chicken's head, and the chicken's like, "Sorry, dude, I'm still alive." And he's like, "That's weird." So he doesn't do anything. Like he gets like, "Well, maybe he's not meant to die right now," and he like feeds it for I don't know, like a year or something by like putting droppers of food down its neck hole.
Okay.
What?
It survived
What's
for a
happening?
very long time because he didn't cut his brainstem or something. I don't know.
What
This
is
is a real
happening?
Story? This isn't like this sounds like one of those like urban
This is an
legends.
actual thing. There's a ton of documentation
Oh
on
my
it
gosh.
at Ripley's,
Okay.
believe it or not. Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's-
But you're welcome, everybody.
It sounded
I
like a
don't-
really bizarre pitch for a kid's book. You're like in this.
Listen,
It's very sad.
out there in the chat. In the chat, Bonsai, I don't know what I'm watching either. So
Look,
just
you're
we're
here
all
for
on the
the
same
ride.
page. Let us bring it back to Mothman.
Oh, right.
Listen,
Uh-huh.
yes, I believe when we were talking to Tobias Wayland at some point in time, he was talking about how the Chicago Mothman was different in some way, shape, or form than like the Point Pleasant Mothman.
I don't doubt that. You weren't talking to me, but I don't doubt that. I feel like that's a very different situation, especially since we've only heard about the Point Pleasant one once, and we have so many sightings in Chicago, so many for like decades and decades and decades. So
Yeah, and a lot
Was
of
it
recent
Lon that we were talking to who was talking about that?
possibly, I don't remember. We talked to a lot of people.
It's true. It's valid. And I'm sorry, Paige, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, I don't remember. I was gonna say I think it's just what no thoughts.
That's
just
fine, that's what we do.
Oh, I think it's like, do you think there's more than one Mothman? Because I think that there's probably
Oh yeah, I think it's
bunch
like
of- yeah.
I think it's like Bigfoot. Like it's not just one thing. It's not just one
Yeah.
guy hanging out
Yeah.
that just gets seen every once in a while. It's like even listen, if we're gonna talk about Mothman, then
Let's go.
the people that work at O'Hare, there have been sightings where there have been like groups of them flying around over O'Hare.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I really like Mothman. So I don't think it was ever just one thing, and that's why I think the Point Pleasant thing. Maybe he just got lost for a minute. I don't know. That's not-
Oh,
Like
this is
the one-off kind of deal.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like
Maybe he's just like
traveling.
a guy who I don't know, but I think maybe that was one thing, just because we've only seen the one thing. But
Right.
I'm no expert. I'm just a jerk that likes Mothman.
I mean, what's not to like? Have you been to Point Pleasant?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I love to talk about that place because it is insane. Have you been
Did you go
to-
to
talk
the
about that?
festival? I went with
Oh,
Erie
no.
Travels to do a signing at their booth for the Mothman Festival, and it was wild. It was so crowded. The statue, I felt like nervous going to take a picture. I got like a little bit like I was meeting a Disney princess or something, just like, oh hi.
Yes, absolutely. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, the cake on this man. Oh, I know.
Double caked up. Yeah.
Yes, he is a vision and
Yeah.
very
Those
shiny
eyes.
and
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
But it was
I-
really
oh.
cool. Like, and I don't know, it was really neat walking around there too, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to write a Mothman series without taking my characters to Point Pleasant, like for the Mothman Festival specifically. So
Oh,
in
yes.
book 2, I was like, okay, we're going to get a little zany. We're going to get, and I figured out a way, and I won't spoil it, to get the characters both there and have this funny, like real Mothman in front of the Mothman statue kind of moment.
I love.
But I didn't get to go there before I wrote it. So I just did a lot of Google Maps, a lot of research, a lot of watching pictures, videos of the festival. And so when I was there actually walking around, I felt like, oh, I'm finally here. This is like, it felt like I was like walking around both, like, you know, obviously from what I've experienced on the internet, but kind of like in my own book too. And I'm like, this is fun. I like this.
That's very fun. I love that. Okay, we need to talk about this museum real quick. Since we're at Point Pleasant right now. Have you ever been to a museum for a movie that's supposed to be about something else? Because that museum is great.
It's a really good museum. Yeah. Well, okay. My
There's
favorite
like-
news clipping is,
Yes?
could Mothman be balloon? And that's the headline. And myself and my
Man.
friend Bo Lake, who's just like a wonderful romance author, she writes werewolf romance, and it is spicy and also more on the horror side. And
Ooh.
it's yeah, Bo Lake, everyone. But we were
I
in there
love how you're
together.
hanging out together, by the way.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
how like there's like this now in my brain, there's like this secret in underground like friendship circle of just like
Romance
paranormal
novel.
romance
Yeah,
novelist.
it literally is like I think more of us know each other than I think you'd expect. Like Monsterotica is happening later this year in I can't remember what month, but
We
so
need to
many
talk.
people are like, I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to see you there. Like, it's just like all the
Man.
authors are like mutuals or talk to each other. But Bo and I were in the museum together walking around and just pointed to that one and kept going the rest of the trip. Could Mothman be balloon? It was too funny. It was really funny.
Okay, there's the section of the museum that's so great and has old newspaper clippings and like mannequins and Men in Black costumes. It's really nice. And then there's, hey, remember a movie was made once about this movie, and we have all of the props, including a blanket and a phone and some chapstick.
In the diner, there's like a diner set up in there.
A cake stand.
cake stand.
Yep. It's confusing and my favorite. I love it very much.
That makes 1,000% sense.
Did you do the mini golf?
No,
No, we didn't have a chance to do it. It was the day that we were there early where we did the museum, there just was not mini golf time. Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Did you go on the tour of the dynamite stuff?
We had like an unofficial tour because it was Erie Travel, so we were all piled in a car, and it was just like trivia, like you were like living in a podcast episode. It was great, but we drove out to the bunkers and we walked around, so that was really cool. They are creepy.
They're so creepy.
But isn't it like also so gorgeous? Like there's like this like marshy kind of area with all the trees. Like I wasn't anticipating it to be so pretty out there. Like, and I should have known because it's West Virginia and it's pretty. But
yeah. It was so unexpected, that tour. Like I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting it to be like neat.
What's the tour? Can you tell me what the tour is? Because I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
There's a tour. Go ahead. You're
I was going to say,
please.
I didn't go on the tour, so I got to refer. Yeah.
Right. You did say that. Sorry. The tour is they take you to where the sightings were, and they were about in the span of like a week. They were like, I don't remember how many, like maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. But and in those sightings, there were like dynamite bunkers that were used by the military where it was found or sighted, and like some just areas right outside of town, but like the town's tiny, so it's like right there. And it's just a combination driving and walking tour, and it is really, really neat. Everybody go do it right
They're
now.
like domes, like
Yeah.
these domes that are now like covered in like foliage and like
Graffiti.
greenery and stuff, very much like the earth has taken them back kind of thing. But
I
there
love
are
that.
still ones that haven't been found. Like there's X amount and so somewhere in the woods there are more bunkers that house God knows what, you know.
Did you go inside of them and like
Yeah.
yell and stuff? Oh, I love that stuff. It's so good.
We found my name on the wall. I didn't graffiti it there, but it said Paige on the wall, and I was like,
you're like, I don't know how that got here. That's so weird.
Say that wasn't me.
Listen, we should maybe get back into the book a little bit right after this.
Oh, hey, Tressa. Jeni? Oh, I'm just reading my book by international TV sensation, Dave Schrader. I'm reading the book, too. I don't remember the name of it or who wrote it, but yeah. There, I like your shirt. You? I got it on monstersloungepodcast.com. You've got a great shirt, too. Oh, that's so weird. I got it at monstersloungepodcast.com, too. They have really great stuff. A full variety. I know, right? They have everything. Shirts. Tote bags. Clutches. A phone case, I think. It's the best.
So good.
I pay attention to that commercial every single time. Like I watch it. Like I just realize every single time.
What's going to be next?
Like, oh, the camera work on this is so good.
It's like an adventure every time.
It was more adventurous because I want to see more hats.
St. Patrick's Day. I'll get us some green top hats.
Perfect. I mean, we could make a new commercial.
I'm sorry, what?
Or we could just have new hats.
I mean, either way. Anyway.
Yeah.
Jeni?
Let's get back into it. Yes.
Please.
Yes, Tressa.
No good.
All right. So you have the Mothman trilogy, right?
Yeah. The third book came out last in December, so it's like recently wrapped up, which has been really cool. They're married.
Oh no. No. That's not fun. It has to be scandalous. I'm just kidding. That's very fun. It's very cute.
I just kept with the on the nose title. So the first one is I'm in love with Mothman. Then we have I'm engaged to Mothman. And then I'm like, oh no, what's gonna be next? Who's to say?
Right.
And they're married.
Did they have like a Reddit situation where they're like, I can't believe I'm typing this. My mother-in-law's the worst type of thing?
Her mother is a little wild. Like she's learning boundaries. She's figuring it out. Yeah. Well, because for her backstory, I was like, okay, what is going to make this internet life so ingrained? And I have her the child of one of the first like mom bloggers. So she's just like never known any like privacy and stuff. And so it's just like really second nature, and like the whole kind of series, she's unlearning a lot of that stuff.
That's so sad.
You know. But that was a fun thing with her mom to have her mom, instead of being like, well, what do you mean? Like, this is my livelihood or whatever, just like take a step back and go, oh, this really negatively impacted you, and I didn't realize that, and like let's try to work on it. And like that was a cool thing to see them grow through the series too.
Oh, that's nice for her and her mom.
And then we do meet Mothman's mom in the series. I don't want to spoil it too much. I will say if I could cast her in a movie, she's like the one character I saw the whole time where I was like, this would be if you're familiar with Christine McConnell, that's who I picture. Oh my gosh, you would love her stuff because it's like spooky crafting videos. She lives in like an old spooky mansion in New York. Her YouTube channel has like all of these things where she's literally making the coolest like pieces of art and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, neat.
But she's like this vintage, beautiful woman, and I'm like, that's her. That would be yeah.
All right. So Mothman's mom is a very Victorian vintage sort of
gorgeous.
woman.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
It works.
That's glowing eyes and
I'm
wings.
not going to
I
get into
love
the
that.
specifics of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next? What's next on the agenda books
Well,
for the subjects?
for
Are we sticking with monsters or?
with monsters, we're sticking with monsters. So in the third book of the
Excellent.
series, you meet a very cute swamp monster named Gil, because I
Yeah,
just
that's
love
how you were
being
saying that.
on the nose. Yeah. And so he's gonna his story is next. And yeah, it's been just like really cool to see the completion of the books. Right now, my publisher, Four Horsemen, to celebrate it, put together this really amazing special edition, which has been the coolest thing to like see come together. It's like so beautiful. All of the covers have been redesigned where they each have the place that the book takes place. So we have like Heather's cabin in the woods, we have a castle, no spoilers for that, and then we have this like kind of Rapunzel looking tower as it gets a little more romantic-y as you read. But the backs all have character cameos that to me look very like royal wedding. It was the same artist who did the art, the character art on the original books. She did these like gorgeous character cameos.
I
They're
love
really just
that.
these art pieces. And then we also have goodies. He calls her My Flame as a pet name. And so there's a ring that says My Flame and all sorts of like stickers and fun stuff. And that's going on until the end of the month. So just like 2 more weeks. And it's been really exciting.
Oh, that is
exciting.
Now, all of these things are available on your website, right?
They are available. You can get there on my website, which is paigelavoie.com. But if you go to Kickstarter and type in Mothman in Love, that is also another way to get there too, because it's all on Kickstarter currently.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I
Excellent.
happen to see a little bit, maybe, I mean, listen, I've been busy today, I'm sorry. But do you have an alien book as well that you have
I
done?
do. So this one
Do
is
it.
not an adult romance. So it's not in like
Oh,
the
never
alien
mind.
romance
I'm just
genre. Like it's fair. It's a YA. It was. I
Oh.
wanted to do something that felt
Oh.
like really campy and fun, like a Disney original movie. We're going back around. But it's a scavenger hunt through space for her to find her secret admirer. So it's very
Oh,
like Jetsons,
adorable.
very 1950s.
That's so cute.
They're going from planet to planet and getting clues in like milkshakes and like planets that are libraries and like all sorts of stuff. And it's really cutesy. It's a very fun book.
It sounds adorable.
Thanks.
And it sounds like you need to develop some sort of escape room and implement monsters and romance, maybe not anything explicit, and maybe some milkshakes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's get on that. Let's get on that.
All right.
so
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Do it up.
Why not?
Do it up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to point out any weird logistics there.
Nobody asked, Jenny. Nobody asked.
All right. Now, did you do research into alien whatnot? Can we expect anything like that, like within the book, or did you just kind of go like,
No,
aliens?
that book is a cartoon. That book is
Oh, okay.
just vibes.
You're like,
Alien-
she's
alien
actually a Palladian, and also her cousins from Zeta
they're
Reticuli, and
they're on an ice planet that has like ice volcanoes, and that one I actually based on Ceres, which is like a dwarf planet in our solar system. And that was when I originally thought, we're going to be educational. I'm going to make every planet a real planet in our solar system, and that was not fun.
you're like, nope, goodbye.
It just gave me like a lot of like I really had to play by the rules. And so that one I kind of did a draft and then did it over because the plot wasn't connecting.
Mhm.
But I went to Kennedy Space Center with another friend who's an author, and her space book just came out. It's called An Infinite Pool, and it's so gorgeous. It's like a space fantasy. But we're walking around doing research together and taking notes. And what did we put that was actual space facts in there? Nothing.
You're
So
like,
good.
listen, I need to take this really expensive trip for research for my next book.
Yeah.
Could you fund this trip? And also, I need you to, and I will have a book shortly. Not about this stuff.
It's not about it. No, no. It's just, Yeah, the space pods that I saw, like the sleeping kind of chamber sort of things, that led to there's only one space pod. But I don't know if you know about there's only one bed trope. Where it's like, oh no, we're at the inn and there's only one room left.
What are we gonna do?
Gonna have to, I'll sleep.
Do
on
they
the
build
couch.
a wall?
Well, it's like a telephone.
Do they
booth
build a
size.
wall in
pillow
between
wall?
them with pillows?
Everyone's in like.
Do they build a pillow wall?
No,
That's
it's
what
like,
Jenny and I
a
do when we travel
telephone.
together.
That's smart. Whenever I travel with people, like it's like I feel like the first night I'm very like stuck in my space, and the second night I will accidentally try to cuddle you. Like
Listen, I'm gonna spoon you.
Wake up. Yeah.
Listen, there was one conference that the only room left was like a king size bed or something. I built that pillow wall so high.
Right, and then the next night or the next trip, you were like, should we put the? I was like, I don't care about the pillows. I'm not gonna do anything, Jenny. It's fine.
I like my pillow wall. It's safe. I peek over, like, hey, bestie, are you awake? Hello.
No, go to bed.
I have secrets, though.
I know, and they're all about sharks. Shut up.
Hey,
Not
I'm
now,
very
not
specific
now.
in my secrets. Listen, sharks are great. I have to go on a very expensive research trip to sharks, find out sharks, and then
First,
I'm not going to talk about them on the show ever again.
I bet you
I
there's
doubt
some
that.
shark shapeshifter romances out there.
Nope.
It's probably a thing.
Snurch my
If
sharks.
werewolves are acceptable, then why not?
Oh my God, you have just unlocked something we're going to be talking about later this week. Actually, not even lying.
Really? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
A little
No
teaser.
shark romance.
It's
Why?
probably
Why
a
won't
thing.
you?
It's probably a thing.
There's gotta be.
I'm not gonna
If
Google it. But
If Jenny
I'm
loves
sure
sharks
there
this
is.
much, there's got to be people that want to know more.
Why must you sully my love of sharks?
No,
Okay.
Sully. Just
It can be.
exploring. No, exploring.
All right. Listen, I do appreciate the romance angle on the supernatural because it feels like it's always horror, right?
Right.
And it's never like cuter side.
yeah,
Sweeter
just want to
side.
kiss sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't like a little
Whatever.
makeout sesh?
Yeah.
All right.
What? Why was that weird?
A DM
Because
I
I'm
got.
still trying to think about sharks and it's blurring the lines in my head and I hate it.
Let them blur.
I hate it.
Yes, lean into it, girl. Lean in.
Never.
Embrace the
Never.
weird.
Never.
Someone DM'd me this week and said, I really have some logistical questions about how he kisses when he has a beak. And I said, I'm pretty
Nope.
sure I say like an ice cream cone, but okay.
Mm.
No, I was glad.
Like an
It was
ice
a
cream-
really, I mean, yeah.
So you like,
All right. All right. Well, we've come to almost the end of the show.
I think
How
that brought up
weird
more
can we
questions than
get?
answers.
Yes,
Send me
so
a
many
DM, I'll help.
questions, no answers.
Nibbling
No
up
answers.
Okay.
We will talk about it at another juncture.
All right. Now I
Away
have to
from the
write a
show
book.
and our
Yes.
ratings.
Yes. Sorry. Oh, yeah. That's probably.
There
Sorry
we
if I
go.
just got you demonetized.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic.
All right. All right. Moving along. Please tell us where to find you, Paige.
You can find me on paigelavoie.com, and I'm Paige Lavoie, author across social media. And currently the Kickstarter is Mothman in Love on Kickstarter, and it goes for 2 more weeks.
Oh, everybody, go find her stuff. The link will be in our show notes, as it always is. Paige, thank you so much for joining us. This was a pleasure
Yes.
and so much fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hang out for a minute right after we close up. Yep, just a chit-chat.
Yep, that.
Because I'm in trouble about the
Yes.
ice cream cone.
She's
I'm
going
gonna
to
yell
scold
so
you.
much.
Mhm. She does that a lot. Everybody else! I don't have my notes anymore. My computer crashed. So, hey, find us on social media. Write us an email. Do the things with the stuff. We love hearing from people. Please talk to us and buy our things. Okay, thanks, everybody. Bye.